Despite 90% of Uganda's houses, especially rentals, being considered substandard, their quality does not reflect their cost. These are the feelings of some Ugandans who have attempted to find decent housing in today's market.
They are old houses, to mention Mutungo actually, to be specific. So you find it's a challenge on my side whereby I have done what? I've given money to a broker to take me and find out a house. You're telling them I have a range of 500 or 400. Then to reach on the house, actually the house is like for 200 or 150 because it's old, it's looking totally very different compared to what I expect. So there's no value for money in that case.
As they are building, they are not even concentrating that let us build and give our clients quality. No. Do you know what they are doing? They're actually trying to make profits, to maximize profits.
The issue goes beyond just tenants not getting value for their money. Realtors are also struggling to sell their properties due to the prevalence of substandard housing units.
For example, if I have a house that I want to sell to my client, and the client comes in, and the client maybe, let's say, is a family. My client is a family, and maybe there are 5 people in the family. What do they need? A 2-bedroom house. But I'm going to come and then I'll give them a house that is 2-bedroom, yes, because when I'm talking of 2-bedroom house, I talk of 2 bedrooms and then a sitting room and then some kitchen area or a store. So if I talk of that and then they come in and they see the bedroom that I'm giving them as their master bedroom for the couple, and it's very tiny that only a bed can fit in, they're not going to buy.
With most of the land in Uganda privately owned, the rise of substandard housing is driven by a cocktail of factors. The National Housing and Construction Company, mandated to provide quality housing, argues that the government must step up enforcement to address this issue.
The dictates on the land, for starters, must be called to bear. Personally, I don't believe that land ownership in the cities and urban establishments should be freehold. No. Then you lose control. Because if I have a freehold piece of land as an individual who has no ability to negotiate with a financier to accommodate more with the growing population, the urbanization, then what do I do with this land? I put a little bungalow. There must be restrictions on what you can develop. It cannot be to whom it may concern. Now, later on when you come to the construction, the standards of construction, a building like this, it's now 50 years of age. It is still as competitive as the new ones that are coming on the market.
Currently, the housing company serves only 10% of the population, as most Ugandans cannot afford a house priced at 300 million shillings. To build a home for every Ugandan, the company would require over 5 trillion shillings annually, a cost that doesn't come cheap.
With respect to the client called the Ugandan population, the dictates need to be attract cheap capital from long-term investors, people who can bring this money here. The budget funding will never be appropriate. It can only be a seed for government to be seen to do something, but this must be blended with concessional financing. So we engage in government on that concessional financing.
Recent population and housing statistics reveal that 78% of Ugandans are youth, most of whom lack the financial capacity to build or finance a home. As a result, renting remains the most viable option for many. However, the real question is, how desirable are the available rental houses? Ronah Nahabwe, NTV Business.